got to get that fixed and get tip included. Welcome to the Thursday Checkdown. I'm your host, Greg Kellogg. I'm here with my good friend to my left, Rick Bersuelas, but to the right on the screen, and my other good friend, Mr. Tip Major. Now, we thought Rick was going to be missing in action for the next 2 weeks, sunning on a beach in Puerto Rico before getting on a boat that he can't even put a line in the water off of. These cruise ships. What kind of cruise ship is it when you can't fish off it? But yeah. How is Lori, by the way, because that's why you're here with us tonight.
Yeah, we were unfortunately not able to do the cruise or actually fly out to Puerto Rico to then get on the cruise boat. Her neck and shoulder, she was having spasms and severe pain in her neck and shoulder. Calling me a pain in the neck is probably accurate with her this week. So she's on medications right now, still having pain, and we're wrestling with the insurance companies to get our what we invested in the cruise and airfare and all that stuff like that. Fun times. But yeah, I'm back, and I'm going to be excited to get a chance to meet and talk with Scott about a topic that's big in my work world, and that's AI. So,
well, speaking of which, I mean, we've also got Tip here tonight somewhere. He disappeared from.
There we go. Can you guys hear me? I can hear you now.
We hear you fine, Tip. We hear you too much. We hear you too fine, Tip. I mean, quite frankly, our goal normally is to help you guys win your fantasy leagues. Tonight is going to be a little bit different. We're focusing on podcasting and how you can get involved in podcasting in a really easy way. But before we do that, Tip, tell people where they can find your work.
Oh, man, absolutely, Greg. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about the technical difficulties, everybody, but I am back. I am also working with Rotoballer in inclusion with sports affiliation and Football Guys. Football Guys is where I started working last year as well. So you can find all of my work there. You actually can find me a lot more in Football Guys forums, working on Discord with Football Guys and working with Discord with sports affiliation as well. So just find me on all of those platforms, along with X, along with, YouTube, streams, spaces, whatever you want to call it, you can find me.
Okay. Well, our guest tonight is at the Gamers Dome, and, it's none other than the extraordinary Scott Gerhardt. Now, I met Scott in the 2023 FF Expo, and I love the expo. We'll talk about it a little bit more later, but Gerhardt's a technology entrepreneur, okay? He's a content creator. He's based, I hate saying this, Glendale, California. I get shivers just saying California.
Right. Nice out here.
Why? What's wrong with Cali?
Man, because of the taxes. The taxes going to kill you. Anyway.
If the ice storm doesn't get you.
His background is characterized by a blend of AI, digital media production, and gaming culture. Okay. He's led diverse companies, and tonight we're going to discuss Duncast, but you've worked with other corporate entities as a business consultant, true?
A little bit here and there over the years. Less corporate, more smaller businesses. But
a small business is a corporate to the owner. It's his business.
That is very true. Whether you are or not, you are.
Okay. Well, I know you're a fantasy player. Okay, but like many in this community, that's right, Scott Fishbowl. Like many in this community, you're more than that, right? Start off by telling us your history with the game. When did you get started playing? I mean, how long have you actually played fantasy football? And did you start with like baseball or basketball or some other sport?
No, I started specifically with football. It's always been, I used to enjoy more sports when I was younger. As I've gotten older and as I've had wives who didn't like sports, I've culled it down a little bit, but you still can't rip me away from football. I started probably around 2012, 2013-ish.
He's a newbie.
Yeah.
He's a newbie.
compared to a lot of people, I am.
I wasn't expecting that, Scott. I was thinking more, 2000, early 2000s, kind of like myself. But okay.
It's one of those things that you don't know what you're missing until you try it. And I always
There you
thought it
go.
was silly. And then I tried it, and I'm like, where have you been my whole life? I can actually care about all the games.
Yes.
So, Tip,
Yes,
it's
it's
your turn,
much
man.
for a football fan. I always think of it as this, like, I was already a football fan before it, but there was another itch that needed to be scratched, and fantasy was that itch, or I guess it was that scratch. So and I've been itching it ever since, man, because it's just so fun.
It has changed the way I view the game and watch the game and love the game.
Right. Truly.
So, are you going to ask him about Chainsaw or not?
Yeah, absolutely. So we could go with this one. So, we understand that you have a bunch of digital endeavors, but can you tell us a little bit about Chainsaw and Enterprises?
Yes. It switches.
Wow.
Honestly, Chainsaw Enterprises is kind of a little bit of a joke. It started when we asked Alexa to play something, and it said I don't even remember what it was, but playing Chainsaw by whoever it was. And it played the song. We're like, oh, we kind of like this. And it kind of was like one of our first things. So we needed some form of like an umbrella type company because she's involved with a number of things.
Who's she?
My wife, Amber,
Okay.
who's actually teaching a class for journal doodles right now. Or else she'd be watching us.
We record. She can watch after.
Yeah. Oh, she will. She will. It's just various ventures. They've really gotten a lot fewer lately with Duncast. It has really been the absolute focus of basically everything I'm doing right now. But whenever I spin up something new, it's kind of our little way to have a company together and keep it all kind of together.
So while you were there, what were some of your favorite projects?
Oh goodness. They weren't necessarily good projects. Probably
we didn't say good. We said favorite.
This is true. Not profitable. I tried to start a lifestyle brand called Essential Gemini, which was basically a print-on-demand company we made all sorts of designs. And this was actually kind of around when AI was like first hitting. And we just did various designs, mostly towards Geminis, if you will. It could be like I'm a Gemini dragon if you consider Chinese. So things that was like double dragons and stuff it was a little stuff like that. It was a creative thing for me. And I don't do a lot that's creative. So I really enjoyed it. Didn't make any money at it whatsoever, but I really enjoyed it.
But did you learn lessons from it that you apply to current projects?
Always.
Always. That's the way you do it then. Well, when I was researching you, Scott, I stumbled across a thing called Cinema in Real Life, IRL, for those that are not aware, which is a podcast. And so it's your wife that you co-host with on that one?
Yes.
Now, I got to be honest.
I have a fancy back. Oh, that's not going to see it real well. Okay.
I got to be honest. I went out and listened to two of the podcasts, the recorded ones. I didn't see any humorous football content that you promised in the description.
So it's true. That's Fantasy Football Monsters, which went on hiatus for this last year. It's going to be back because I really enjoy it because they give me the ability to talk like this. Well, sometimes I'm at two. He's fun. My characters, it's a vampire, a zombie, and a werewolf talking football. It's a lot of fun. It's also a lot of work.
Do you do it with animation so that you actually have a werewolf vampire on the screen, or is it your face?
So no, I used Snapchat filters.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I was all three of them, and so I had to film it in parts. And it was a lot of fun. Another one of those not profitable, but I was okay with that one not being profitable because it was just fun. But it was also just a lot of work as a one-man operation.
Scott and Tip, tell him what I always say.
If you ain't having fun doing it, then yep, that's it.
If it's not fun, why do it?
The old school.
Yeah. So you were mentioning Cinema IRL. Yes. So my wife and I do these podcast episodes. They're usually about 2 to 3 times a week where we discuss movies that we just saw and ask ourselves the question, what would you do? So if we were in the character's shoes. And if you don't mind, I want to tie in Duncast and Cinema IRL in something and do it so fast that we won't even get off schedule.
Do it.
May I share my screen?
Yeah. I don't know how to do it, but maybe Iggy can help you with it.
I think I can get it.
Where it says present. Yeah.
Okay, so you can
this
see
is
it.
okay. There we
Hey,
go.
Yeah.
I gotta move my phone so I can see this now.
I'm literally going to create a podcast for you, and this is okay. I already uploaded it because that sometimes takes a little bit of time. So we're just going straight to the published part, where it'll come up. So no other choice or 28 years later. Those are the ones we saw recently. We're going to do no other choice. Continue. So here, this is where the Duncat magic is. This is where the stuff that is proprietary and patented by us. So flubber is a word that you will say while you're recording when you've just messed something up. And
Okay.
So
yeah, with Greg, that happens
all the time. Yes. I brought Rick on, flubber.
Oh no, it's
I could be the sound effects.
oh, that's terrible. I tested this right before.
Wait, did flubber flubber?
It flubbered.
In technology, we call this a live demo.
Oh God. This is wonderful. This is not wonderful at all. This
Well, no, just tell us what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, while you're at it, because I think you were getting into it, talk to us about some of the features, because that was a question I was going to ask about it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get back in here.
So
Doesn't
as we're
take
doing
long.
a podcast and recording it, if we mess up, we say flubber. Then what happens?
Now, you can make flubber whatever word you want. It's just the word we came up with.
Okay.
You can make it washing machine if you want, or anything.
Can we make it Greg Kellogg?
So you could make it Greg Kellogg.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Bad things happen.
Okay. And it doesn't. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna actually skip ahead because we ended up having 3, but it was really only 1. We were going through.
Oh, so
here.
wait, so this is the script right here. This is basically how the show is going to be laid out.
So it actually brings up the part in the podcast where we were recording.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
talking about the movie No Other Choice, but I said no other option. And
Okay.
then I'm like, no other choice, damn it. And then, yeah. So I messed it all up. So instead, what I did here is I said flubber. Actually, I said it twice, and she said, no, you're not going to flubber it. And I said I was. So all I have to do here is go back, and I'm going to go to there because that's where I started the whole mess up. So now it's going to remove all of that, and let's say, wait for it, no other choice. So 1 click. Done.
Okay.
That's in building your transcript. Does that actually edit the recorded portion to take that out?
Yes, it
Right,
does.
because well that's one of the features that I thought that was pretty cool was that whenever if you say like or you know you're and or stammering on or anything like that it will actually fix that for you. Correct, Scott?
Yes, and I actually glossed over that too quickly. I'm opening a second one so I don't mess up that one. But you'll notice on this, a minute 20 of silence removed, 123.
Oh, look at that! Yeah,
16 false starts, which is like if you go, I meant to say it'll remove the lead ones. Yeah, so
Oh, that's
that's
pretty
part
neat.
of the upload process. And so you never even have to deal with it. It just happens.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I like that.
The intern
I
command
need this.
is when you don't know something, but you want to look smart in the end. So we were having a discussion. We were talking about protected classes in employment as part of the thing. And I didn't know what it was. So I said, intern, what is it that makes people age 40 or 45 in a protected class against layoffs? So I'm going to mark layoffs here because that's the end of the question. And now I'm going to hit generate response. It's going to go through here, take just a couple of seconds.
Yeah, is it creating this transcript from something you recorded already?
Yes.
You don't have to type it in. It's actually pulling it from your words.
We already recorded it, and it's pulling it straight from that.
Wow.
So here, the age discriminant employment layoff of 1967 protects workers. Blah blah blah. That's great. What's going to happen here is I have a voice that's slated to be able to use this. Where layoffs ends, that voice of our intern is going to come in and say this. And if I didn't like that,
Wow.
if I could change anything I wanted. I could,
but it would do it in the intern voice that's AI
right,
voice,
right. That's the question. Okay.
Yeah, we partner with 11 Labs, which is pretty much the gold standard for voice.
I downloaded Mozart, and I can't sing a lick. I mean, I am terrible, but it takes a voice sample of me and actually makes me sing. I won't say good, but reasonably, so that people don't go running, screaming from the room.
It allows you to harmonize.
Yeah. And so this is doing the same thing, and you're creating your own voice for this too.
So the second time we used the word intern, it wasn't even intentional. We were like, I think we said thanks to the intern or something. So because it was nothing, I can just hit not intentional, and it just won't even do anything with that. Continue. Sound effects.
Well, go ahead, because I do have a question about something, but go ahead. I want to see this part too, the sound effects one.
Okay. So you can be talking and use your mouth as a soundboard. So,
wow.
So here, dramatic sting. His mom, Matsu's wife, goes out digging and she finds the body. And then it's not going to hear dramatic sting. They're going to hear
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, did you say dramatic sting so that it will quote that in?
Oh, the dramatic sting.
I just say dramatic sting.
Dun. Got you.
It puts it in there. Perfect. And then here, like getting his passive, it's not enough. So what's funny is I actually kind of hosed myself on this one. I had the false starts, which cuts those double words. I actually said womp womp, but because they cut out one of them. So yeah, instead of womp, they hear.
Oh wow.
And the second one was my wife saying something she didn't intend that. So we're going to go yes, yes, no. Apply. Done. This is where you see like the intros and outros and the main content. You could have a variable intro, and we do something about the movie. I kind of have it already written. We even knew that the premium paper industry was so high stakes. Well, Amber and Scott discuss how high stakes it really is after watching No Other Choice. And it'll speak that in the voice that we've chosen. Episode artwork. Many people don't even have episode artwork, and you don't need it. We do. So we do this thing where because it's what would you do, we put ourselves into the movie posters. So as our little our T-Rex characters, and that's another inside joke, but they've kind of become our mascot. Continue.
Well, before I ask the next question to that, because I do want to talk to you about it. I do want everybody to know. I saw Pete already did it. Thank you, Pete. Repost this space, this show if you're listening to it on X, whatever. Also, if you are listening to us on YouTube, Please make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, because we are the Thursday Checkdown crew. We are here every week for you, especially with your fantasy football questions and needs. This time we're taking a little bit different approach because it's off season. We want to talk about different technologies, different things that are happening outside in the sports realm, in the AI realm, whatever realm it might be. And in this case, we have Scott Gerhardt with us today. Scott, I'm going to ask you a question. Can you talk anything about pricing? And if you can you tell everybody out there what's the best value?
I will. Give me 10 seconds. When we came in here, AI filled in the title for us, filled in the description, filled in the tags. I come down here. It knows the next time I want to publish is tomorrow at 5 a.m. I hit save and continue. We're done.
Man,
I won't have to touch that thing again.
Okay,
So,
well, you say you're done. You recorded this. You didn't do it live.
I did.
You didn't do it live.
I did it live just now.
You just did it.
What I mean is, did you do it with the live? Like right now, people can watch us on YouTube. It's streaming live. All right. If we were to use Donecast, would we take the copy of the stream and have them just re-edit it? Or would we just pre-record everything and have them fix it before we uploaded it?
So we are designed to be a pre-recorded product.
Okay.
Makes sense.
You theoretically could, but it probably wouldn't work as well if all of a sudden you were just like talking and someone says flubber.
Right.
And one thing I do want to note here is that you can either upload a file like we did, or you can just record straight from here. So you don't even need fancy equipment. If you've just got some form of a computer mic or a webcam or something, we can generally clean up the audio to make it pretty good. So
yeah. Okay. Well, before you talk about the pricing and all that, but how fast? You said you can take it and enhance the audio. How long does it take for you to do that? If it's something that's pre-recorded, the audio I look at them like, the audio could be a little better. Scott, what can you do? How long can you get that turnaround?
So we have a proprietary method where you will upload the audio and we will actually gauge the quality of the audio, not necessarily the quality of the content, but the quality of the audio.
Gotcha.
If it's
right.
bad mics, fuzziness, whatever. We have a couple of different companies we partner with for the repair. It can take anywhere from a short while to a little while, depending on what repair
depending on the actual editing that needs to be done.
Mozart will take a song that I did, a cover. Okay, now there's questions when you do a cover with Mozart. There's questions about copyright and things like that. So if you don't have rights to the song, you could essentially be sued. But nobody's going after somebody that's doing it for personal use. They're doing it if you're trying to make money at it.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm putting together an album for my wife for Valentine's Day of covers and original songs. But Mozart will take it in and it will do what it calls denoise, which gets rid of snaps, crackles. For a 5-minute song, 2 minutes to do that. It's
that's not bad.
AIs today are very efficient.
That's not bad.
I mean, right now, it generally, I say as a rule of thumb, if you're uploading a 30-minute file, expect it to take about 10 minutes to go through and do all of the cleanup we do. If we're actually having to clean up the audio, it's going to be a little longer than that. But this is all inactive time. You can set it to go and then walk away and go do something else and come back in, say, 15 minutes and pick it right back up.
Okay.
The actual time you spend, if you're not trying to, explain it while you're doing it, I can do an episode in 60 to 90 seconds.
Did you have I know this is a bit technical for a lot of people, but computer guy, and I just get curious, and it's not even on the script. So this is a new question to Scott. There are a ton of AIs out there, ChatGPT, Grok, there's all kinds of them. Did you use an existing AI engine or did you create your own?
It depends on what parts of it. Certainly for things like the audio cleanup and the text to speech, we definitely had partners on that one. We partner here and there. I mean, this entire thing was programmed from scratch by me. Well, okay, it was vibe coded from scratch by me. So we didn't just like take something and sorry, I got a message there. We didn't just take something that was already there and just try to adjust it. I mean, this thing has been full time. We're talking like 80 hours a week for the last 8 months. So, but Tip, you had mentioned pricing.
And the best value.
Right now, it's free, which is a pretty good price. But we are in beta. So we actually want people to come in and test it. So if you just go to duncast.com and hit join the waitlist, you can get in and actually try it out for free.
There you
even
go.
when we're out of beta, you'll still have like a 2-week trial to come in and try it. We have plans as low as $19 a month, and kind of goes up from there based on how much you want to do. I would say for most people, the creator or the pro plans, which are $39 and $79. My wife is messaging me to say, tell me that she's watching me. That's great.
Hi, Amber.
So like the creator plan has kind of like a base of like 5 hours on it. The pro plan is like a base of 12 hours. That's over the course of a month. Now, some of these services, like the audio repair, does cost a little extra. There's various things, but we use that kind of as a base number. So it's all a matter of how long you want to do recordings for, and how often you want to do them. For myself and my wife, we're probably a little bit over an hour a week between 2 to 3 shows. So that gets us like to 4.5 or so over the month. So for her and I, the creator plan would be perfect. But if you have longer shows, you have like hour-long shows or things that are multiple, the pro or even up to the executive where it's 20 hours might be the right move for you.
So now for a podcast like ours where we don't make money, this is not a for-profit podcast.
Neither does mine.
The $80 a month is just out of the question. So the question is, I know like for what I do with stuff, I tend to go for the year long because it's usually discounted over the monthly fees.
Yes.
Do you have that program
We do.
too?
The $19 plan does not have an annual one. I mean, that's really supposed to be the come in and try it plan, and and then move up from there. But the creator, the pro, and the executive, which are $39, $79, and $129, just add another $9 at the end, and that's your annual price. So $399 for the creator, $799 for pro, $12.99 for executive. And I understand. So here's the way I look at this. If you're doing a live show like this, we are not the right product for you, 100%.
Has to be pre-recorded, yeah.
If you are someone who's pre-recording it and you want to go back through and edit it and get it really nice and tight, $79 a month for 12 hours of actual podcasting. What's your time worth?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
It really is. It's what is your time worth? Is it worth $79 for a month, or do you want to spend 2, 3, 4 hours per episode times
however many episodes you have?
And then sometimes you have to edit it on your own. Like if you don't have somebody who can actually help you edit it, or a producer, we're fortunate to have somebody like Iggy or JC, come in and produce. But if you don't have somebody like that, then yeah,
the general rule is generally 3 to 4 hours of non-podcasting for every 1 hour of podcasting. Just everything it takes to go into this. And for me, it's just a value proposition. We cover multiple products that you might need all in one. And the time is lickety split. You can actually, and you don't even need a lot of tech knowledge. Like if you could just sit at a computer and have some form of a microphone, you actually can do it mobile as well. You can literally just pick up your phone and record an episode just like that. For those people, we are a godsend because it change the industry. We don't do video yet, but it is coming very, very soon. I'm working on it as we speak, but you have to crawl before you walk.
Sure.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
is it platform agnostic? I mean, we do this show on StreamYard, and we can either stream live or we can pre-record and do.
We go to YouTube. We go to.
And we also go to
Yeah.
other social media platforms
Mhm.
as our audience. Is this something that works with all of those, or?
So we use you have an RSS feed that can go out to like Spotify and Apple and Amazon Podcasts and all of those. So it goes out to all of them. YouTube can pick it up as well, like Cinema IRLs on YouTube. It's not the greatest presentation because it's an audio only podcast, so it kind of just uses the image.
Mhm.
So we're working on something like that. And I know for things like social media, for like Instagram or X or Reels or Shorts or any of that, we are actually in the process of working on a social clips creator where it will actually go through your podcast and it will bring out 5 to 10, depending on length, of the clips that it think would do most well on social media.
Oh, wow.
Does
And
it
Okay.
does it use intelligent learning to break apart your podcast into those clips and then track how it does so future episodes it can better assess what would be a good clip?
Are you talking analytics, like analytics
Yes,
type? Yeah.
analytics,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We are not at that point yet for social media. We are working on the analytics for just the actual playing of the podcast.
Mhm.
But here's the thing: we'll probably be there forever, or eventually. Sorry, forever is how long I think I'm going to be working on this project. It's never done. It literally will
Yeah,
never.
no, you're gonna always be evolving. Yep.
And I've told people, if you want to have a lot of say in what happens right now, get in the beta, because you're not going to find someone who's more willing to listen and implement. You might ask for something today, and I might have it for you tomorrow.
So we do a video podcast, and you're
Yes.
not set up for video now. However, you could take the audio from this podcast, turn it into Spotify clips.
Yes.
And does it do that?
Yeah. So when you can upload a video file right now, and it'll extract the audio from it. We do. I mean, you technically can record audio or record video on my system right now. We just can't fully process it yet. But even once we do, we understand that audio is still the biggest market out there. Video's climbing, but audio still, like people with their rush hour drives and in the shower, working around the house, doing stuff, popping in and listen. That's still a huge market. So even when you do a video, we're going to create a video and an audio podcast for you at the same time. So the video ones can go to places like YouTube and places that process video. And for things like Spotify and Apple, we'll send them the audio.
Okay, so I'm kind of taking over, guys, but it's just blowing my mind what you're doing. Are you going to the expo next year to demo this?
I would. Oh, that's not me going. I would like to. I very much want to. I didn't go this last year because I was. Is that? I'm sorry. I'm just hearing a lot of crackling.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know where it's coming from. Mute.
Okay.
Mute.
What?
Mute tip.
Is it?
I think it was tip. Yeah.
Tip. I would like to. I didn't get to this year because I was working on this. I would really like to go to the expo. It is probably the thing I look forward to the most every year. Since I've started going, it's if you're into fantasy football, like even a little bit, it is just a dream to be able to go there and interact with some of the biggest names in fantasy football. And everyone is extremely nice. I don't think I met anyone who wasn't just super welcoming my first year when I had no clue what was going
Well,
on.
that's because you didn't meet Rick. So I don't know if you can see the question down below, but someone asked if Substack integration, and I don't even know what Substack integration is. So
He's actually saying that
to me.
he added it right away.
Yeah. So in full disclosure, that person mentioning was Amber.
Okay, hey Amber.
But yeah, no, we had somebody who wanted to be able to make sure that they could do stuff on Substack, and that was a pretty easy one for me. But you tell me you want something, I'm probably going to start working on it.
YouTube. I want video.
I'm working on that. I promise you. I'm going to get out of the audio beta first before I would release video. Because again, I want to make sure everything's working right. We do still have a few bugs in the system. Like as you saw with the flubber thing, it was kind of weird. I have to figure out what that is later.
Well, you got it working pretty good. So when you do the denoise on the audio and stuff, make sure that you get the video to where it makes me look like I'm 25.
Impossible.
You know,
It is true.
Hey,
I can tell you from having done fantasy football monsters and the things you can do with filters, like there's a lot of things that we're doing currently, like sound effects could actually have like a visual component to it as well.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So we could probably hook you up with the 25-year-old look.
No, Amber, no. My wife is 28, even though she's got 45-plus-year-old daughters. Women age differently than men. I'm 70. I know what I am. But my wife is 28 for, I don't know, 36 year, 38 year.
So, and you mentioned that, there's lots of different podcasts out there. So it seems like the market would be just enormous. I listen to true crime podcasts, bass fishing podcasts. You could just go through a list of cycling podcasts. But you mentioned one capability that seemed to be a little bit more tuned towards fantasy sports podcasts. Are there other features that would make it really useful for folks in our space, the fantasy football podcasts?
So I'm constantly trying to think about things I can do specifically, like Cinema IRL is a movie podcast. So I've thought about certain tie-ins to things that might help with things like that. Obviously, I'm into fantasy football, and it is something I'm going to think about. Do I have anything specific at this moment? Probably not, because I'm just been a generalist. We're just trying to see. When I first built this, I built it just for our podcast only, and it took me about 2 weeks to build it. And I'm like, that was easy. Now we just make something that works for everyone. I thought maybe 6 or 7 weeks. 8 months later, here we are. So I definitely like the personalization that you can do. And one thing I want to do eventually is essentially have sort of like an app store in a way, in that we have various modules that get built out. And if you're a movie podcast, you could add the movie module. If you're fantasy football, you could add one for that. And it's a lot of just talking to users. Like, what do you want? Tell me what you want, and we'll figure out how to get it built. And that's really where I've been at. And
have you been approached by any of the big companies to buy you out? Because the promotion of this seems like you're going to have a lot of demand for this product.
So we've been in beta for about 3 days now. Honestly, I think we haven't been approached because they don't know about us yet. I really believe, and I have the patents on anything. They're considered voice triggered macros. So no matter what word it is that it's doing, if you're saying something live and it's a word that triggers it doing something, I have the patent on it. So there's no real way for other people to get around that. So yes, I'm expecting at some point someone's going to approach me, and I will be very open to that conversation if it happens.
If you want a Hall of Fame endorsement of your product, I will endorse you, no charge. period. I'll be happy to endorse it, but I want to beta test it when it's ready for video.
Yes.
Because I don't plan on going to audio only with what we do. But when you go to video, you reach out to me and I will definitely sign up to be the beta tester at that point.
You will be my first person I contact when we hit video.
All right.
Yeah, video seems like the way to go for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And I knew that from the beginning, but it's one of those things where I couldn't just jump into video because there's so many more aspects to video for what we do.
Well, and your podcasts are radio. Cinema IRL is not really a video platform, right?
Yeah, no, we're audio only.
Yeah. So, I mean, because I saw the picture, you got a picture up there so you can play it like it's a video, but it's just audio in the background with a static picture.
Yeah. And honestly, that kind of came about because either myself or Amber usually are just like, no, we are not camera ready right now.
You're fine on camera. I mean, look at the guy below you. Look at the guy below you. You're fine.
You're doing 3 a week. Theoretically, somewhere on my computer, I have one episode that we actually did video on. It never got published or anything. I need to go back and look at it. But there's a lot more freedom in audio as to what you can do or how you have to hold yourself while you're doing it. That's not to say video's not great. I love video.
That's only if you worry about what other people think. If you're like us, we don't care.
Yeah, I have found that especially the female part of our population does seem to care about how they look a lot of times. So, yeah. But yes,
I spent
sure
hours.
Amber's lovely. I don't
spent hours creating this.
Hey,
Yeah,
look, I love this conversation. We could go all day on it. I know Tip and Rick have more questions, so I'm going to give you guys each one more question. Then we're going to talk about the Super Bowl.
but just so you know, video is supposed to be Q2. So somewhere between April and June is probably
That's good. That's for next year.
when we're looking to have that.
So, Rick, you go first. Next question.
Sure. And I work in the technology industry that is very AI and agenic workflow oriented. So I get to see a lot of the concerns that people have about security and hallucinations, and I'm guessing that those are things that, and in fact, I think you even mentioned it early on that there's a concern about licensing and so forth. But do you talk to potential users or customers about what you do as part of Duncast to protect the potential podcaster from some of the potential bad things that might happen through AI usage?
It's not somewhere I've gone to yet. Like I'm on a couple of Reddit forums that I'll look at and kind of try to keep up with what's going on with other people and see the various concerns that they have. The end goal on this is that we want to not only be someone that can provide you with the tools you need to podcast, but we also want to be someone that provides you with the knowledge that you need to podcast. We actually would like to integrate a knowledge component into it. It's just not where I've been able to get to quite yet, but I think it's very important. A lot of these things are they're things that people don't necessarily know. I mean, there's a ton. I can't even tell you how much I've learned just in this entire process.
Okay, well, we lost Tip. He was going to be the next question. So if he gets back, I'll let him come back to this topic. But, what's been your impression of this group too, right? Because you must be a football fan. So
Yeah, we lost the last bit of your question there, Greg.
Yeah,
I just want to know what has been your impression of the playoffs from the wild card round all the way up to where we're at?
I don't know.
Me? Crazy. The wild card weekend was one of the best weekends of football I've ever seen in my life. That was insane. Like I saw the crazy stat that for the first 4 games, the team that was winning with 2 minutes left lost all 4 of them. And like that's what you want. You want great games that go back and forth.
That's inexcusable.
It is not inexcusable.
No, I've been very impressed. I really hate the fact that Bo Nix went down before the conference championships because I would have really liked to have seen that game.
It was still a good game. Still,
yeah, it was still a good game. Yeah,
so,
no,
Tim,
I mean,
can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys talking about Bo Nix and those terrible Broncos.
You have one more question on the AI.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm having definite computer issues, so I think it's time to get a new computer. So I will be doing that really soon. And so I did have a question though, Scott, because my thing is, I'm not the most tech savvy. You guys are in the tech, either are in the tech industry or have been in the tech industry. So I get this, I set up the beta testing. I do the free sign up. Are there tutorials on either the website or are there tutorials on YouTube? Anything that's somebody like myself, can get really frustrated easily when I don't know where I need to go. Are there any things that you help with that, whether it be on the website or YouTube?
That's a good
I have
question.
a few bad tutorials up right now where I basically opened Loom and started going through things without a script. Just because I needed to have something up. Now, when you start, we take you into an onboarding where it's actually a multiple step process where we're going to ask you question by question everything about what you want to do with your podcast. We help you come up with the cover art for it, even producing a website that you can direct people to, everything you need. But the big thing is the templates. And you saw that when it was a bunch of colored boxes. It's setting up the flow of your show. Like how you want to use it from like intros and outros and stuff like that, because everyone's going to be different. I actually had someone already give me feedback on a show that they do that's an interview podcast, but they use a small clip of the interview at the beginning in the intros, like a little teaser.
Yeah.
And I actually that day immediately changed how I did a lot of the things with that to make sure that we could have that clean audio so they could do that. And that's one of the things I'll be building is it actually will work with like the social clips thing, kind of in the same way of figuring out a good spot, only it'll just make that audio available as part of an intro and stuff like that. So
I asked Tip's question about the game. So Rick, you get the next question on the games.
Well, and we didn't, I don't think we know where you're from or who your favorite team is, but was there
He's from California.
Oh, that's right. You said California.
Hang on. I am from California, but I'm not
Just don't say Raiders. Just don't say Raiders. I don't want to hear it from Tip.
No,
I know he's not a Raiders fan.
Okay, I'm just gonna drop this and say I was gonna change my background again, but I can't find it. I am a lifelong, like born straight into a onesie for the NFC team that has gone the longest.
The Lions.
Without seeing the conference championship. No, it's not the Lions.
They've gone a long time.
The conference championship in 30 years. But I got to see 3 Super Bowls before that happened.
Okay, so who is that?
I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh, yeah. And I live relatively close to Dallas. I'm going to try to go up to Dallas for the Scott Fishbowl live draft this year.
Ooh.
Well, Bob Harris lives up there, and he's a good friend, so I want to go up and see Bob.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's we are long suffering, and we really need a new GM.
You need a new owner, which is the same thing.
Both of those things at the same time. I do not see Jerry relinquishing control.
Yeah.
And I'm still a little bitter because I remember when like Landry and Tex Schramm got pushed out. And
don't nobody want to hear about it, talk about our bum ass teams. They want to hear about the Super Bowl.
All right, Rick,
we're all bums.
Actually, the Super Bowl question's you, Rick.
Well, no, you've got the one on the playoff games. Which one's single playoff?
Okay,
game?
which of the playoff games? I think you already mentioned that you thought they were all pretty wild. But was there a game in particular that was your favorite?
I think I'd have to say
I want winners.
probably Buffalo and Denver.
That was a good one.
That was, I mean, the
I
one
like
that
the
they're still
Chicago
asking if it was
Green
an
Bay one
interception.
personally.
Yeah, that
It was an interception, but
no. To me, the Chicago versus the Rams was the game of the, and I thought it was going to be the game heading into the playoffs. That was going to be the game. I was even predicting whoever won that game was going to be the representative in the NFC. I was wrong on that, but that was by
Seahawks
far
have
the
just
best
been
game.
so hot.
Yeah.
They've just been so hot.
Yeah, that was a good
Caleb
game.
Williams is something special. There's
He is. He is.
Like I mean,
I'm drinking
as
the
far as
juice.
Single play, that play right at the end of regulation to send it, that was magical. There's no other way, like
so
Warlock type. It's a magical. Like you just can't do that. You're
myself, like most people, are predicting a blowout Super Bowl win by the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Okay?
I agree.
Who do you think is going to win, Scott?
I like going against the trend, but I also like being right. So let's just say I don't think an interception at the goal line is going to be what separates those two teams this year. I think Seahawks are going to win it pretty easily. The truth is if you look at New England's schedule from this last year, it was not good. I mean, it really was not good.
Not good as far as like an easy schedule for them.
Oh yeah, it was way easy.
Yeah,
ridiculously easy.
But they still won the big games they had to win to get to the Super Bowl.
They did.
Yeah, I mean, they're still there. I mean, I take nothing away from them, but if I may use another New England team for reference, Super Bowl 20, New England made it to the Super Bowl, but there was no question whether or not Chicago was going to win that game or not. Like there were 84. What
was that? The 84 Bears?
85, 86.
85.
Oh, okay. It was the 84 team that had the great defense, though, right?
I always thought it was the 85 because everybody references the 85.
85.
Yeah, 85. Yeah.
I mean, I was 3 at that time.
86, but yeah. No, there are levels to this game. There are, and I'm not a big Seattle fan. I'm not, but they are on a different level right now. They are the best team in the league by a lot.
Well, fantasy next year, I got to tell you, Kenny Walker is going to be drafted very high next year because with Charbonnet gone, that's assuming that Seattle retains him. I think he's a free agent after this year.
I can't say.
I think because of the Charbonnet situation, they have to at least give him what he's asking. You know, they can't go above. I don't think they want to go above. I mean, but I do agree that definitely they got the ball is in his court. He's playing with house money at this point. Is the way I look at it.
Well, let me ask the whole panel because we got a little extra time.
Yeah.
Do you think with Khalil who's the running back in? Oh God,
the Chargers?
Huh?
Amari and Hampton?
Oh.
No, not Vidal and Hampton. Khalil, the New York. Who are the running backs in New York?
Tracy and Scatterbo.
Brees Hall?
Okay, no, Scatterbo is the Giants.
No, he's talking about Jets. So he's talking, So you are talking Khalil Herbert. You're talking Brees Hall.
And who's the other one?
And you're talking Braylon Allen.
Okay,
and then Isaiah
Khalil
Davis.
Herbert. Who does Khalil Herbert play for?
Last time I remember, he was playing with the Jets. But why are we even saying his name?
Well, because if he gets traded to the Seahawks as a stopgap measure, wouldn't he?
He's been traveling around too much, Greg. I don't think that they would put any. It's a tough situation for sure. But if they kept Kenneth Walker, they're going to bring another running back because they're pretty thin as far as running back goes. They got Kenny McIntosh and Cam Akers. But right. So I think it's best for it's really best for Seahawks, and I think it's best for Kenneth Walker for him to just stay put. Especially
what about Tyler Algier?
Tyler Algier would be that would be different.
Goes to Seattle.
That would be different.
Walker.
Yeah, that would
be
make
different.
Because Algier is going to be overlooked as long as he's sitting there in Atlanta.
Yeah, that would be different. But I don't know. He might re-sign. I mean, it's Kevin Stefanski. I mean, I feel like he's going to help this run game and the offensive line. So I think he could want to do his own thing for sure, but I think he's got a good thing going there. If they keep him and Bijan together, I think they got a good thing going.
Okay, Tip, ask your last question about the players, then we'll talk just off the cuff a little bit for a couple minutes.
So if you could pick one player from this game, Scott, who would be that player you would pick? Think of this as your fantasy roster, Super Bowl game, fantasy roster, flex position. Who are you playing?
I want winners.
What, flex or super flex?
We're going to say flex. We're going to say flex. We already got their quarterbacks already in there.
Yeah, because I do like Drake May as the better quarterback. I just don't think he has the better team. JSN.
Yeah. Okay.
I think. I mean.
So that's going to be a great matchup with
him and Christian Gonzalez. Oh wow! I can't wait.
I'd almost be tempted to look more at Rashid Shaheed since he's.
I like Rashid Shaheed as a player. I think it was great that he actually got put on a good team because he is so incredibly talented. But I feel like they just—I don't want to say underutilize him because.
They barely used him other than a kick returner. As a wide receiver, he was pretty much minimally used up until the playoffs.
But I mean, when it comes down to the Super Bowl, I mean, if you're holding anything back, you don't have to hold it back anymore. And I think they probably have some. I bet you see something come out, a play for Shaheed that we hadn't seen yet. I don't know what it's going to be, but the dude is so fast and so electric.
Yeah.
That I could completely see him just taking over. And he's one of the reasons that if they use him more, that I think JSN will be able to get a little more free. I don't know if Christian Gonzalez is going to shadow him or not. But
I kind of like Stephon Diggs in this game. I just think he's going to have a big game. I really do. But next year, okay, these guys know how I feel about my Michigan Wolverines. Where do you draft Blake Corum next year? After the 6th round, before the 6th round, where do you draft Corum next year?
Cannot win with him.
That's for all three of you guys. Anybody?
I'm still doing after the 6th.
After the 10th.
He's going to be right around that 8 to 10 for me. 8 to 10 for me.
Rick?
Scott? Yeah, I know he was more used, especially the second half of the season. And I think, he was out. He outgained or outran Kyron Williams in the last game. But I still think that. Yeah,
Corum's my boy. If he gets a full-time,
I wouldn't put him.
Kieran Williams, because Kieran Williams is still so good, and as long as he's around and performing reasonably, he's going to be the RB1 there. Now, it's more of a question: is Corum going to be 1A or is he 2? I mean, he was pretty clearly 2 this year, except for like maybe a game or so. But he's incredibly talented. If they give him a chance, or if, God forbid, something happens to Kieran Williams and he goes down, Blake could be a top 5 running back.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
I do. You don't have to say anything else. That's all. We're at our hour. That's it for tonight. Hey, Scott, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
We'll get you on later on in the year to talk about where you've progressed with Duncast.
Yes.
And hopefully I'll see you at the expo. I'll definitely be there. I know that. Tell the audience where they can find you and anything that you're working on.
Duncast.com for sure. Sign up for the free beta. Like, it's free and it's amazing. You're gonna love it. I'm not on X much anymore, but most other places I'm at the Gamers Dome. If it's me or if it's Duncast, it's at Duncast most places. Yeah, I pretty much got Gamers Dome just about everywhere, so that's usually where you'll find me.
Okay, well, I want to thank my co-hosts. They help me every week. I also want to thank Iggy. He's behind the scenes, but Iggy does a lot for the show. He really does. We couldn't do it without him, to be honest. I know we've done it without him in the past because Rick picks up the slack. It's not because of me. Trust me on that. Next week, we have a very special guest. Larry Schechter's coming on, and we're going to have a surprise member of the Seahawks organization join us to help us ask questions.
What is it? That bird?
It's a guy that well,
It's a guest we don't
he's
want to
a
miss,
Hall of
Greg.
Famer.
Is that what you're telling everybody? It's a guest we don't want to miss.
Everybody tune in next Thursday night to talk to the guy who wrote the book on the history of fantasy sports, and also to get some inside information from the Seahawks. And that's it for the show, Iggy. Take us out.